Hi, welcome back. This is Sanjay Kumar Verma from Unikaksha. So, my dear friends, we have already created different video on different technology. So now again we are going to discuss about of the Linux. So in this session we are going to discuss about of that means how to do the installation of CentOS Linux, because we already know there are more than 380 distributions are available in the market, but Red Hat Linux, CentOS Linux, Ubuntu, Fedora, and SUSE. These Linux distributions are much more popular in the market. And you know, Red Hat Linux is purchased by the IBM, so that's why Red Hat commercialize of the CentOS. So now so many organizations also using the CentOS Linux in the production environment. So ultimately we have an idea how to install the CentOS Linux. So in this session, I will show you the installation process as well how to do the custom partitions, because we know that there are two partitioning schemes. One is automatic, another is custom. Automatic partition, that means Linux will create a single partition of your entire disk, which is not good for us. So when we are working in the production environment, so always we have to create a custom partition during the installation. So if you want to get much more detail about of the Linux distribution, I will show you. Let's get started. So let's jump on Google and you have to type www.distrowatch.com. Perfect. So my dear friend, you can get the detail about of any distribution. So you can see Emacs Linux, Manjaro, Mint, Pop, Ubuntu, Debian, Garuda, Elementary. Garuda, my dear friend, it's a Indian Linux, right? Now you can see who is the origin, Indian, and it's supported x86 and 64-bit architecture, correct? Now, and if you want to get the detail about of the CentOS, right? So you can see it's a US based organization and it's working under umbrella of the Red Hat. So this is the path, www.distrowatch.com, and you can get the detail about of any distribution, right? I hope this is clear. So today we want to do the installation of the CentOS Linux. So I will show you. So my dear friend, for the installation purpose, I will use the VMware workstation, right? Here I will create a virtual machine. So this is my VMware workstation. So let me create another machine, new virtual machine. Okay. I hope you are already aware about this. Using of this VMware workstation, you can virtualize of your hardware. You are already aware how to create a virtual machine. So I am getting the Red Hat machine, right? This is okay, and let's choose a different path for storing of the data. Yeah, for example, Uni CentOS. This is the folder where my OS will be installed. Okay, one core of CPU is sufficient for us, and for this time installation I required 4 GB RAM. Okay, and networking mode host only. I am not going to discuss about the networking mode here. Recommended. Choose the SATA disk, right? Create a new virtual disk. Here 25 GB sufficient for us, right? And then you have to click on next, and then finish. My machine will be ready, right? So if you want to rename of this, you can do it. No one will stop you. Like give it a name, Uni Server, right? Okay. So I no need the printer device, so we have to remove. Okay. So what to do? For the installation purpose, I required a installation media. So I have a bootable image, that is ISO. So click here on ISO and click on browse. Okay, so in this drive I have all the images, where it is, this one. So I am going to select latest image, Centos 8.4, open. My dear friend, image should be available at your machine, otherwise you are not able to install it, correct? So you have to click on power on this virtual machine. Okay, please wait, and machine is going to start. Perfect. My dear friend, now you can see there are three options. One is installation CentOS Linux, another is test this media and install the CentOS, and third one is troubleshoot. First one, when I will press the enter, it will proceed the installation. Second one, that means first of all it will check out my ISO. If there is any error, any file missing is not, then it will go ahead. And third one is troubleshooting. In any case, your machine in rescue mode, then you can use of this. So now I will select first one and press the enter. Services are going to load. Please wait. So friends, this is the first screen. That means you will get the first screen where you can select the language. So right now I am comfortable with English. You can choose any language as per your comfortable. So you have to click on continue. Yeah, after this you will get the installation summary. So right now, my dear friend, we are doing the local installation because the media is already mounted on my virtual machine, right? And what is the interesting thing? The server will be installed in the graphical mode as well, CLI. So you can choose the keyboard layout, you can choose the language, and you can choose the time zone, right? So this is the India, okay, and you can set the time as per your current time is 3:40. Sorry. Okay, then click on done. Very good. So friends, click over here, right? Server with GUI, that means this server will be installed CLI as well graphical, correct? Server, that means it will install only CLI mode. Minimal install, that means it will function as a basic workstation. There are different mode, but so at this environment I will install server with GUI, right? And these are some packages you can select and install it, but during the installation I do not want to select any this package because otherwise it will take some time. Click on done. Okay, this is most important thing, how to create the partition. So now you can see this is my SATA disk. S for SATA, D for disk, A the disk number, and size of the disk is 25 GB. You can see this is the 25. In any case, you have a earlier machine or old machine, so when you are getting HDA, that means this is the PATA disk, right? And now new machines have a SSD, right? So RHEL 8 or CentOS also support of the NVMe, correct? So here I do not want to create an automatic partition, otherwise it will create a single partition of the entire disk. I want to create a different partition. So click on custom and click on done. So my dear friend, always use the common sense. Read the screen carefully, correct? So now I want to create a standard partition. Avoid of the LVM and LVM thin provisioning we will discuss later, not yet. right? So what to do? Total space is 25 GB and total 25 GB space is free, correct? So we want to create a partition, so we have to click on plus button, and then now you have to choose the mount point. This is my root where my operating system will be installed. So 18G is sufficient for us. Basically we have to create a 3 primary partition. One is root where my OS will be installed. Another is boot, that means 400 M sufficient where my kernel will be stored. And one is swap, right? This is for swap space. I have 4 GB RAM, so 1 GB is sufficient, right? In any case, my dear friend, your boss told you you have to deploy Apache during the installation, so you have to create a separate partition for the Apache, right? But when I will select, right, there is no partition regarding the Apache, and these partitions are coming under the system. In any case, this partition is going to crash, everything is going to crash. So how to create a partition for a Apache? Very simple. Now you have to aware the default document root where www html. This is the default document root of the Apache. For example, I am defining 1 GB space. This is only for demo purpose. You can define the space as per your choice, as per the disk size, right? So please don't consider why I'm creating only 1 GB, because now I don't have the much more disk space. That's why this is only practice purpose or demo purpose. You can define the space as per your choice, right? Now you can see this volume is coming under the data. In any case, my machine is going to crash, right? So I can rebuild off my machine, then I'm able to retain my data from this volume, right? Same thing my boss told me, Sanjay, you have to create a separate partition for FTP server. I said, okay. So this is the default document root where FTP pub, right? 1 GB, add mount point. Perfect. And one more thing, we have to create a temporary partition, temporary volume separately, because temp partition is world readable, right? So now you can see there is no temp. You can define the temp. For example, 1G. And my dear friend, you know about the logs. Logs are very important for every organization. So it's recommended you have to kept of your logs separately, where /log, where your all system logs will be stored. Right? Okay, so now you can see I have utilized my entire space. 71 MB space is free, no problem. So you can see this is my boot partition, this is my root partition, where my, and by default it's getting the file system, that is XFS, extended file system, correct? Then we have to click on done. Okay, now see the thing, summary of the changes. That means machine is giving me a warning. It will format of your entire partition. That means if you have any kind of data, you are not able to retain, correct? So we have to click on accept changes. Great. And then now we have to assign the root password. Okay, great. And then now if you want to create any normal user, like username is Sanjay, set the password Now click on the begin installation. So it will copy all the packages. So my dear friends, now I have a question. The question is that because in my virtual machine I don't have the operating system and my machine is going to boot with my ISO, correct? That means we are doing the installation. We are getting the graphical environment. Point is that who is controlling of this installation? Who is controlling of the installation? How you are getting this graphical environment? Any guess? Actually, my dear friend, Linux have a installer, right? Which name is Anaconda. So Anaconda is controlling of your entire installation, right? So every operating system have an installer. So in our case, we have a installer which name is Anaconda, right? So it's preparing the installation source. So it will copy all the packages in the machine. So please wait. Total packages are 1365 packages. So because it will copy all the packages, so during the installation I am going to pause the recording, then I will resume after some time. Just copying the packages. Hardly within a 15 to 20 minutes your server will be ready. So friends, you can see all packages successfully installed and machine is giving me warning, you have to reboot the system. Yes, machine is going to restart. Let me press the enter. Okay, now accept the license. Click on done and finish the configuration. Yes. Yes, I am able to log in. Let me supply the credential of the root. Yes, my machine is ready. Wow. So now let me execute the commands. My operating system is ready to use. Okay. So next, because I'm logging first time, that's why. So technically we call it, this is terminal, right? If I will show you cat etc os-release, now you can see this is Centos 8, correct? And when I will hit the uname, this is the Linux uname -r. This is the current version, right? So this is the idea behind of the Linux installation. You can do like that. So thank you so much.